Welcome to the College Football Playoff. The season's had plenty of ups and downs, but all the drama has led up to this point, the beginning of this 12-team playoff in front of a home crowd and a raucous environment. And our matchup tonight sets up a potential Cinderella story, the last team to qualify for this 12-team playoff on the road against a team that likely believes it should be resting and watching this first-round game on TV. This is a dangerous spot for the home team and a chance for the underdog to spring an upset and move on to the quarterfinals. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and to bring the football to the 25-yard line. The Bowling Green Falcons offense making their way on the field today. And as this quarterback takes the field, eager to see how he plays today, there's a certain gravity about him. You can tell from the warm-up song the way the team responds and rallies around him. Can he come through on a big stage here?
Yeah, this guy is their Superman. And when that opening kickoff is kicked up into the air, his cape goes on. He sets everything into place, gets the offense out of jams, does it in pressure situations. He's the arms and legs of this offensive system, but also the heart of this team.
Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. They'll run it here. They'll tackle him at the 27.
When you can get good chunks of yardage like this on early downs, it just keeps you on schedule, leading to more manageable third down situations. Never underestimate the value of consistently getting 4 or more yards a pop like that.
Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Finds his man. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down.
Oh, the defense. They get this offense to a third down early in the game, a chance to get him off the field, but instead this quarterback shows you why they've had such a great year with a conversion.
Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. Avoiding the sack, but the scramble results in just a very short gain. Now from the 40, the offense faces a 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down. And the punt team makes its way onto the field. He's on to boot it away now. And they've got the returner corralled. So Let's get to their first crack now. Well, it's not easy to narrow down the impact players to just a few guys, Kirk, but what do you expect from them today?
Well, we got guys that can make plays as well as anybody in the country on both sides of the ball. That's why I think this matchup is so exciting. 2 good teams with great individual players.
Here's the handoff. The gain is 3 yards, brings up a 2nd down and 7.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Quarterback will throw it off the run-pass option. The gain is not enough for first down, so it brings up a 4th and short.
On third downs like this, you can only allow completions in front of you as long as you can protect the sticks. And that's what the defense did here. They knew where the sticks were, and were able to make the tackle short of the line.
Tackle right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks.
Trends show guys that are continuing to go for it on fourth down. But what's crazy to me, Chris, is deep in your own territory to go for it on fourth down. It's a big risk, but it pays off here.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
On third down, it's a handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Oh, a big decision here very early. They're going to go for it on their own side of the 50 on the first possession. Here we go, 4th down. They'll try to run for it.
Man, that is a gutsy call to go for it on fourth down in your own territory. But you can see that this coach is confident in his offense and going to their go-to plays that they call up specifically for these situations.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. Big throw caught on the left side. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. So a serious defensive battle as we wrap up the first quarter. These teams pursuing a national championship. Let's take a look at the game summary so far. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. He'll hand it off. Good enough for first down yardage.
Well, I know people want to talk about the spread, and Alabama's offense has changed over the years, but at the end of the day, with this coaching staff, it still comes down to the line of scrimmage and the ability to pound the rock. Think about the backs they've had in recent years. Mark Ingram and Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Jahmyr Gibbs most recently. This is an offense that still wants to control things up front and beat you down.
2nd down after that previous play. And on the carry, he's heading left. They make the tackle, but the gain moves the ball to the 28.
Every now and then, we see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good, too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made it
on the play.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of them.
Doing a decent gain there before the defense brings him down. Here comes a crucial 2nd down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. The back's got it. Tackled at the 1-yard line. Couldn't quite get in, but an excellent run.
And a nice RPO here by the offensive coordinator and a big gain by the back. But let's give credit to the quarterback. He saw that this defense was sitting back, worried about the pass, so instead of throwing it, he hands it off, and it's a nice positive yard.
Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, tie. That kind of execution, a long drive, that's why this team made it to the college football playoff.
That's exactly right. Being able to mix in the run with the pass, picking up first downs, and eventually coming up with the touchdown. That is a tough thing to do, and they made it look easy.
Point after, not right through. Here kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. Here comes the Bowling Green offense back out on the field. The last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? Keeping it on the ground here. Breaking free at the 35. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain. Nice play to start the drive. They're near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, looking to throw. And he dumps it off to the tight end. The pickup is 5 yards, so it's 2nd down and 5. And here's the handoff. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman.
Christine, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
How aggressive will they be on this 1st down play? That's the 2-minute warning in this close 1st half. The offense trying to score and claim the lead before the break. Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a 1st down. 1st down here for this offense. Looking to throw it from the red zone. Looking for his back. Touchdown, Bowling Green. This quarterback on fire today.
Perfect timing here by this quarterback. Great read, puts the ball where his man can make a play on it, and they're an extra point away from tying this game up.
Extra point knocked right down the middle. And with that extra point, we're all tied up now in the 2nd quarter. He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. In the last possession, the defense just had no answer for this powerful ground game. Let's see what they can do this time. Breaking free at the 35. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning. One play moves the ball to the 41. Another 1st down. To go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. They bring him down, but the gain moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the 1st down.
Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. Tackle made, but the gain moves the ball to the 30.
Each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
That completion makes it 2nd and short. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Here's the toss play now, running to the right. He stopped, but he gets a 1st down. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. The quarterback making some changes at the line. Here comes a throw from the red zone. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Pressure is coming. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And he's in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Well, the call was sort of predictable, Kirk, but that tight end is just so tough to stop down here in the red zone.
Listen, speaking on behalf of all quarterbacks, you get down into the red zone, you're looking for that big target that you can trust. He's going to run a good route, and he's got a big wingspan to allow you to make a throw up into the air. He can go up and make a catch over most defenders. Really good execution. They come up with 6.
He's tackled at the 10. Not good field position to start the drive. So it's first down, but they'll just kneel down before halftime here. Looks like the offense content to run the clock out here and go to halftime. Talk about the second half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And he'll kick it off to begin the second half. Fields it just outside the goal line. And the coverage team pins him in and brings him down. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. They get the second half started with their running play. Did well to avoid a loss there, but it's no gain on the play.
That's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
And the back gets the football. But only a 1-yard gain, so it's 3rd and 9 coming up. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. The pocket break, nowhere to go, the ball knocked loose. The offense falls on the fumble, keeps possession.
Well, it's a good job by the defense to force the fumble, but you have to have the collective awareness for someone to get on top of it. It's a lucky break for the offense.
And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Looking for the wide out. Fired into a tight window and picked off. Quick juke to get free. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Wow, a risky call by the offensive coordinator, playing with the lead in the playoff in the second half, throwing the football. I don't disagree with it, but now you give this defense a chance to create a turnover, and they capitalize here with the pick.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. They bring the heat and get him behind the line.
I like how this defense is bringing pressure from all over the field, and that's the key in putting together a good defensive strategy. On this play, it came from the outside linebacker, and he gets to the quarterback.
The offense was given a short field. Now can the defense come up with a huge stop here on 3rd down? Looking to scramble. He's going to take off here. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide. So they're short on 4th down, and the coach decides to trot out the field goal team. Kick is good. Gives the offense 3 points to show for that drive. So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. This offense trying to bounce back. The last possession ended in a pick. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. Looking for his big tight end. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. They stop him at the 47, but that's enough for a first down. Big chunk play. This offense operating at peak efficiency. On the handoff, they'll test the right side here. Shows off the moves there, but ultimately not much of a gain.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw there. He should have pulled that ball out and tried to make a throw, but instead he hands it off to the poor running back, and it's a tackle for a loss.
We're going to run it. Zero running room. Stop right at the line of scrimmage.
Chris, an interesting call here. I know they have the lead, but I thought they might throw the football. They surprised me, but you know who they didn't surprise? That defense. They were not shocked at all by the run call on 3rd down and long. They stuffed that right at the line of scrimmage.
4th down. He's throwing for it. Finds his receiver. That's enough for the first down. Tackle made at the 41. That's first down yardage. This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Tackle made, but the gain moves the ball to 30.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Defense surrounds it. Just a short gain on that completion.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen, not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. So Alabama will take the lead into the quarter break here. Sitting in a pretty good spot as we wrap up the 3rd quarter, trying to keep those national championship hopes alive. Let's take a quick look at the game sense where we have a chance. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Trying to create outside the pocket now. Looks to the left, and it's complete.
Heck of a job here by the defense on this 3rd down to keep them short of the first down. Now it's 4th down, and an interesting decision for this offense with the lead. Do they punt the ball away, or do they go for it?
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. He did not get it. A crucial play by this defense. What a 4th down stop. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Testing the right side here. Breaking free at the 35. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Bowling Green. And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
Boy, just a great job here by the offensive line and the running back to be able to get this ball into the end zone late in the game like this, now in the 4th quarter, to give them the lead.
Point after, up and good. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. Last possession, they went for it on 4th down, but got stoned. Let's see what they can do this time. Breaking free at the 35.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback, he told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
He'll hand it off. Is made very near midfield. Good enough for a first down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Incompletion makes it 2nd down. Ball handed off. 7-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 3.
Well, I would just stick with this RPO. That's a really solid gain, and it's plays like this that eventually make that defense collapse down. Then you can pull it and hit a big play through the air to your receiver.
The game picks up the first down, tackled at the 37.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. Tackle made at the 21. This offense in great scoring position now. Alabama getting set for the 1st and 10 now. Hands off to the left. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down. 2nd and 1.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance at a really nice gain.
He'll throw it now. Catch made, looking for the goal line. Brought down at the 5 after the completion. Defense getting pushed back.
Well, the defense loads up to show blitz, and anytime they bring that kind of pressure, the quarterback knows he's got to be able to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Nice job of
touchdown, Alabama. And they claim the lead here in the final quarter.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his second touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
And the point after was good. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start from the 25. Bowling Green's offense retakes the field now. The last possession was a one-play touchdown drive on the ground. See if the offensive line can continue to create some big lanes. Catch made on the left side. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
Defenses all around the country have got to do a better job of keeping an eye on these little guys from the slot. They can dismantle a defense with their speed and quickness in the open space.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. It's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. Going the other way. Can they stop him? Finally able to take him down, but that's a great return after the pick. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And they'll work the clock here by keeping it on the ground. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. They bring him down after a gain. Looks like they'll spot it inches short of a first down. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. This is crucial. Defense needing to stop on third down, trying to force a field goal. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. First and goal. If they play this right, they can pretty much put the game on ice. Second down play coming up for this offense. And the quarterback just kneels down. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenge.